Okay, well, welcome to Forest Gardens. Here we are. We're going to take a little tour, see some of the different spaces, and talk more about permaculture and what it is that we're doing here, and yeah, all of the wild and wacky stuff that we get up to. So come on this way. So here we are at pretty much the nexus of the farm infrastructure at Forest Gardens. We've got the greenhouse next to us, which we'll go into and take a look at in a little bit. And then in front of us here is what we call the solar gardens. And the solar gardens are an amazing little space that is harvesting so much of the sun's energy, not only to grow plants, to grow food in all of the different garden beds, in these permaculture-inspired little perennial food forests, but also in the solar panels. So the solar gardens are literally harvesting the energy from the sun in multiple ways to feed the farm, to feed the plants, to feed the people, to feed the animals, to feed all the infrastructure. So it's a really busy, intensive, dynamic place. So let's go in and take a look. So these garden beds are a lot of our annual vegetable production that happens outside during the growing season. And yeah, we grow a huge diversity of different vegetables, both for sale in our local markets and then also for our own consumption. So the annual beds produce a lot of food throughout the season. And then next to each of the annual growing spaces, we've got these little mini food forests established with a variety of different species. There's plum trees in the back. We've got autumn olive, some haskap's growing around, and then interspersed with a whole bunch of different smaller perennial herbs and bushes. And the idea here is we're really trying to create a diversity of species that are growing together, supporting each other as they grow. So mimicking what a natural forest ecosystem does and how a forest operates, how it grows together, and all of the different creatures in the forest are supporting each other through their life. So the idea of a food forest is really how can we mimic the intelligent design that nature has created with a forest ecosystem, and doing it in such a way that we're growing plants that are having a real positive benefit, not just for the ecosystem, but also for our own needs. So things that produce food, things that grow medicine, things that help build soil, things that stabilize the ecosystem in terms of purifying the water, the air, the soil. So it's a whole diversity of different species that we get to play with in these food forests. Yeah, let's keep walking. So if you're interested in understanding more deeply how to grow food in healthy and harmonious ways that encourage the diversity of species and the health of the ecosystem, and at the same time produce an abundance of delicious and nutritious food, then encourage you to take a look at the permaculture course that we're going to be offering this season.